We already prepped the skin, and now I'm gonna start first with applying a foundation. I will use Anastasia Beverly Hills. This shade is 250C. The brush that I'm using is a brush from Leonardo. It is one of my favorite brushes so far. I will start applying the foundation from the center of her face. When I'm applying the foundation, I'm basically working in layers. I'm applying a small amount of product and I'm blending it very well, but I'm making sure that I am dabbing the product. Basically, I'm not doing like this on her face. I'm just pressing the product into the skin and blend it very well. She has a beautiful skin, so we don't have to apply too much product. This foundation has a really good coverage and the finish is absolutely gorgeous, but she also has a beautiful skin, so it makes no sense to use too much product. I'm gonna try to cover the small imperfections of the skin and also to have the same shade, the same color on her neck, on her décolletage, and on her face as well. She has a little bit of tan, or a little bit more. It's looking quite good. Now I will go with the concealer, but I will use just a tiny amount underneath her eyes, just because I want to illuminate this area. As you can see, we don't have to use too much product to cover the imperfections, as she doesn't have any. I will move on with the concealer, and I'm using Benefit Cakeless in the shade number 4. Andrea has a little bit of darkness in the inner corner of the eye, right here and here, but she also has a little bit of darkness at the outer edge of the eye. So I'm gonna use just a tiny little bit of product, of concealer, to illuminate that area. So I'm basically applying the product on my hand because I want to make sure that I'm not applying too much product from the beginning. I will use a synthetic brush. This one is a brush from Leonardo, number 33, and I'm taking the product and I am applying it in a small amount and blend it very well. Make sure that you are not applying too much pressure on the brush when you are applying it, and also make sure that you are blending it very well. Don't go with the brush too close of the eye. You don't want the concealer to crease. So you have to make sure that you are hydrating the under eye area very well before applying any products, any concealer, any foundation, because in this way it's gonna last longer and it's gonna look better. Now you can see the difference. Now she has this part here, this eye illuminated, and here she has a little bit of darkness and it's not that illuminated as the other eye. The next thing that I want to do is to apply a little bit of light, basically a little bit of concealer on her chin, because her forehead is a little bit bigger than the chin, so I want to have this balance. Now I'm using Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, and I will set all the product that I've applied underneath the eyes. Before I go with the powder, I am making sure that the concealer didn't crease, and I am using a brush, a synthetic brush, to blend all the product. Can you please look up? Okay. And I am blending it very well. Now, using a powder brush, a small brush from Nars number 905, I'm applying a small amount of product, of powder, and I'm setting all the concealer. I'm doing the same thing for the other eye. Using this powder, I will also take the shine off, and I will set the product very well. I'm using Nars Laguna bronzer. When you are not sure where you have to apply the product, where you have to apply the bronzer, the contouring, is a very easy thing that you have to do. Just follow the direction starting from here towards the end of the mouth and blend the product up. Make sure that you are not going by here with the same amount of product. You just have to apply more intensity here and blend it very well towards the cheeks. When I'm contouring the rest of the face, I am making sure that I'm applying a product where the hair starts to grow. I don't want to see any difference between the skin and the hair, especially if you are brunette. Again, working in layers with all the products, even when you are working with the bronzer or the powder products in general, it's way much easier to apply a small amount of product, blend it very well, then go with the next layer of product, rather than applying too much product once and after that go and blending it. So now, as you can see, we have a slightly contour of the face. We have this area here very nice, illuminated, and the skin it's actually looking quite good. All we have to do is to move forward with the next steps. Let's move on with the eyebrows, my favorite part. I'm gonna be using Anastasia Beverly Hills medium brown brow powder tool, and I will start to fill in and contour the eyebrows. As an eye base, I'm using P.Louise in the shade number 2. I'm applying the base with a flat brush, a synthetic flat brush from Leonardo, number 24. It's looking like this. Close your eyes. And when I'm applying this base, I'm tapping it. So basically, I'm not doing it like this. Once again, I'm working in layers. And I go with the product all over the eyelid. The way I'm keeping the brush is even like this, depending on the part of the eye that I'm working on. The good thing with this eye base is the fact that you don't have to set it after you apply it, so you can go directly with the eyeshadow. So now I will go with the shadow, and I will use one of the colors from this eye palette from Charlotte Tilbury. I will go with this color from Happy Glow. It's the third color, and this one is a matte color just because I want to go in the crease, and when I'm working the crease I'm not using shiny colors. Using a glitter brush number 81 is looking like this. I'm taking a small amount of product. I make sure that it's not too much, and I will go in the crease. Make sure that you are not applying too much pressure on the brush when you are doing this. Now, because I don't want to have any harsh lines between the eyeshadow that I've applied here at the outer edge of the eye and the rest of the skin, using the same brush and keeping it like this, I'm just doing small movements. I'm not applying too much pressure, and I'm blending the eyeshadow very well, as I want it to have like a smooth transition. Now I'm taking the second color from the Love Glow mini palette from Starry Eyes, and I will use my fingers because in this way I will have more intensity when I'm applying it, and I just go in the middle of the eye. It's a beautiful color, and it's perfect for summer days. If you want to wear it on a daily basis, then you can smudge it and blend it very well. If you want to wear it for a night makeup, then you can apply more layers, and in the same time you can use like a stronger eye base, because in this way it's gonna look even more, it's gonna pop up even more. Now the next thing that I want to do is to apply a lighter shade, a lighter eyeshadow in the inner corner of the eye. I'm using from the Love Glow, from the same mini palette, I'm using a lighter shade, and I'm going to use the first one. I'm taking it with a flat brush this time, and I'm applying it right over here. This eyeshadow is very easy blendable, so it's not gonna be difficult to work with it at all. When you are not sure how much you can go with the eyeshadow, you can easily ask the model to open the eyes. I'm not gonna go more than the eyelid allows me to do it. Now you can see that the transition between the two colors, the two eyeshadows, is very beautiful, because I've worked in layers and I didn't apply too much product. And now I will go with a different brush. This one is a brush from Nars 354. I'm gonna use a matte eyeshadow. I will use the third color from the Love Glow, and I will glow at the end of the eye. The biggest intensity, I want to have it at the outer edge of the eye, so I don't want to have any harsh lines here. I'm gonna place the brush right over here, and I'm keeping it like this. This is the movement that I wanna do. I am blending everything inside. Look up. Now using the same brush, I will place the brush right up over here and apply this darker shade. Using circular motions now, I am blending the product very well at the outer edge of the eye. Now I'm using a smaller brush, which is similar to the one that I've used before. It's from the same brand, from Anastasia. This one is number 454. I'm using Zoeva Cafe eyeshadow palette. I will take Cup of Joy, as I need a darker eyeshadow to work the outer edge of the eye. Can you please look straight? Okay. And now I am adding a little bit of intensity at the outer edge of the eye. I'm doing the same thing here. Close. And of course, the next thing that I'm gonna do is to apply the lighter eyeshadow, the one that I've used in the inner corner of the eye, but on the upper eyelid. I'm gonna apply it right over here. Now I'm using Charlotte Tilbury. I'm gonna take the illuminator and I will go right over here underneath the eyebrow. In the meantime, we applied the eyeliner, and now I will go with the mascara. I'm using Too Faced Better Than Sex, and I'm applying it on her eyelashes. Not too much of it, just because I'm coming with the falsies right away. Now I go with the false eyelashes. I already applied the glue. The way I'm keeping the eyelash is like this. Look down. I will place it in the middle of the eye, and after that, slowly, I am fixing it in the inner corner of the eye, and after that, in the outer corner of the eye. And that's it. That's all. Now I'll go with the highlighter, and I'm using Charlotte Tilbury. I'm applying it with a small brush on the highest points of the face. The brush is a flat brush, a flat fluffy brush from Nars number 234. For lips, I'm using MAC. This one is in the shade Twig. It is a very beautiful color, and I also like the texture, as it's not too creamy, it's not too matte, it's just perfect. This is the final look. This is the makeup that we did today. I hope that you guys enjoyed being with us, and see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also click on that ring bell button, because in this way you will get notified each time I'm posting something new. See ya!